You are now watching the Movie Juice Podcast.
The juice is loose.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Juice Podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm James. Movie Juice. Movie Juice. Movie Juice.
Juice the motherfucking movie, bro.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so this week we went and checked out the new movie, Novocaine. Came out today. It's going to be a few days of delay before the movie comes out on podcast, though, if that makes sense. Until our podcast of the movie comes out,
Came
I
out
should say.
Friday the 14th.
That sounds better. This will come out on, the 20th, I think.
Yeah, 20th. So it's 3:20. There's nothing fun.
No, it's not a fun time.
No.
But that's okay.
March Madness has probably already started.
Yeah.
So
Make it a fun time for yourself.
Hopefully you filled out a bracket. Maybe
Hopefully you filled out a bracket. Hopefully you win. If you don't, well then, there's
Go
always
fuck
next
yourself.
year.
Tough titties.
There's always
Instead
next
of kitty
year.
with a nipple winner.
All right, so would you guys recommend going and seeing this movie in the theaters?
Well, the theater we were in, there's only like 10 people max in there, so...
If you haven't seen the trailer, I would say go see this movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, which, I mean, it's pretty fucking inescapable, so...
Yeah.
For real, if you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah, dude.
Or just in general.
Or if you just go to the movies.
I saw 2 trailers the day this morning. I saw 3 different trailers for it on Snapchat. I was checking Snap stories.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
I don't check Snap stories much.
Today was the first day I did in a hot minute, and it was just like, I saw 3 of it, and I was like, bro, I hope I don't have... I know I had trailer fatigue, and I hope it doesn't ruin my rating, but it probably did.
It probably did. It probably didn't help.
It didn't, for sure didn't help. That's why I was so thankful we didn't do Speak No Evil, because I had like hard trailer fatigue on that one.
But it turned out to be pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I don't let that bother me, so mine will be unbiased.
Dude.
Just being honest.
I couldn't
I don't see how. More power to you.
I couldn't fucking escape it.
Yeah.
It was like, and no matter where
I just don't
went,
care. Like, it's fine.
It's no matter where I went, I saw that trailer.
You know why? This motherfucker's always playing Classic Clans during the trailers. That's why.
That's true.
I wish I was there. I wish I could just fucking not pay attention.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like, I've seen the trailer a fuckload, and I mean, I've seen it in other places.
When we saw The Monkey, y'all two were on your phone during the trailer, and I ate an entire bucket of popcorn because I knew I was going to have to take notes, so I just kept slamming.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't give myself a chance to breathe. I was just,
What?
I like it.
No, I wish you could see that, guys.
But, I was going to say, I don't know if I'd really recommend going and seeing this.
just wait till streaming.
Yeah.
It'll be there in a
sure.
couple weeks.
It's definitely
for sure.
like, it's not like a must-see by any means.
I agree.
No.
And I'm getting tired because I know, I say it all the time, I'm getting tired saying, oh, if you have a A-list.
Yeah, that too.
So, like, I mean, obviously if you do, fuck it, but nah.
Yeah, it's not a recommend for me.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate the movie either.
I recommend watching it whenever it comes out on streaming.
Yeah, I would just wait until it's on something free.
Yeah.
Or not, well, you know what I mean.
Something you already paid for.
Yeah, something you already paid for.
Which probably will be. Give it a month.
Yeah, give it a month. I would say Paramount. Oh, it's a Paramount movie. So
To be fair, though, there are
Paramount
those types of people, though, that really don't go to the movies at all. They just watch whatever comes out on
People
streaming.
don't watch movies.
Yeah.
Or go see movies.
Like, is there,
unless there's already like a series, or if it's like a part of a franchise.
like those motherfuckers that like have watched like the whole Netflix catalog just because like that's what they do with their houses, just watch Netflix when they're not at work or anything like that. Like, there's motherfuckers that don't go to movies at all. They just watch that when it comes out. Next thing on streaming, let's watch that. So the movie starts with a fucking bullshit.
Wait, no. We didn't step up to the juicer yet, big dog.
What the fuck?
We didn't step. We have.
You want me to just quit this episode? You guys can do it.
We have
you
our-
guys can do the movie.
We have our
That's
beats.
fine.
We have our beats, bro.
You've forgotten before too. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to now.
Jeff's
Give a motherfucker a little bit of grace.
It's
She's
just a
over there.
beat, bro. Hey.
So anyway, the movie starts with us stepping up to the juicer.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. The movie or the episode?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you're right. The movie starts.
I just wanted to fake him out by thinking I forgot again.
Let's step up to the juicer. Whoa.
I was waiting for you to do the.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There you go.
Hey. This movie starts with a goddamn bullshit thank you notice.
Yeah, I put that too. I was like, really? Well, I was like, this of all movies gets one of those things. It's like, oh, thanks for coming to see our movie.
I put thank you for watching to an almost empty ass theater because it was
it was us and like one other group of people in the front.
It was us 4 and then like 5 other people.
A group of like 5 or 6. Yeah.
The only note I took on like that bullshit thank you was LOL bald bitch.
Fucking Ned.
Yeah, that's all I
I
got.
don't even know the guy's name. I just know he's Ned.
Ned. But anyway, so then the actual movie started.
Universal, Infrared, Domain.
It's Paramount.
It was Paramount.
Because
I swear to God, I will fucking leave. Right?
I only said that because I said
I was
when we
halfway
were talking
there.
about streaming services, I was like, it's a Paramount movie, so it's gonna go to Paramount Plus.
To be fair, I was still writing the whole note about the thank you thing.
Bro said, I will leave right now.
So anyway, 6:30.
Infrared, Domain Entertainment.
I said those.
You did.
Alarms go off.
Those are the 2 I got right.
6:30 a.m.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Don't do that.
Alright, so he wakes up. The movie starts.
It said undo typing. I was like, no.
It just deletes everything.
The movie starts and it's his alarm.
It's 6:30.
Yeah, it's his alarm going off.
Because he works at a bank.
It's either time to wake up or piss.
Probably both.
It's true.
While Everybody Hurts is playing by R.E.M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like doing his routine. He's making a smoothie or something.
I put drinking nasty ass green drink.
Yeah, that was like
And he gets in there and he's drinking it too. He was drinking that thing. You know what I mean?
There's some nasty ass looking.
that was him drinking it.
Yeah,
He was getting in there.
I imagined you know what I mean? Cause you really see his mouth. You know,
What that mouth do.
he's. That's how I drink stuff.
I now understand how Steve Harvey feels hosting Family Feud.
Good answer.
Show me. I just got it. That was fucking funny. I was reading my notes and I kind of half saw what you did, and I was like, oh.
Alright, he gets to his job.
Well, he's in the car first. And he's listening to some self-motivational tape about how he's got an illness.
Yeah, I just wanted to make like a little note that it's showing his monotonous ass life.
Yeah.
A lot of tennis balls.
Because then we get it later when it's not so monotonous.
And then we
he got a little bit of stanky on his hang down, maybe.
Dude, he does get a little bit of.
Hanky in his hang down.
He gets his hang down in some stanky.
Yeah.
But anyway, we also get a title card here.
It was a weird title card because it just came out of nowhere.
It was orange.
Yeah.
I think. Red. I don't fucking know.
Oh, I think red and orange are in the same family.
They're all colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. This could have been blue for all I know. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, you said
Well,
orange.
because he's orange.
Yeah.
His hair is orange, but people do call him redhead. So it's in the
That's
same
true.
family.
Oh, fuck. That's such a good point.
That's why I was looking at you all stupidly.
His name is Nathan Kane. That is our main character.
He has tennis balls on fucking everything.
And he works at the San Diego Trust Union.
He's a pussy.
He's just like a boring dude.
Yeah.
And
He has a good reason to have one, but like that shouldn't stop him from doing his daily life.
it makes sense why he is so boring. It really does.
And I put, because whenever they open up, they have like this big old fucking team meeting, and then his boss gives some fucking, we are family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally put we're not co-workers, we're a family.
I was thinking, yo, where's the pizza party?
Alright.
he's
We're
talking
about one
about-
slice of pizza and drink.
He's talking about it's like a big day because it's like Christmas bonus day. So you find out that this is kind of a Christmas movie
In March.
in March. And
Do with that what you will.
then like a
Cute girl walks in.
pretty girl walks inside, and Novocaine locks eyes with the pretty girl.
Yep.
Also, well, whenever we get there, I'll bring it up because it's like her name is wrong for like half of my notes.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I thought they said Becky. I was like, that's a weird name for her.
Sherry Becky.
I heard like the.
Well, honestly, in the trailer, I thought he kept calling her Shelly in the trailer.
You Shelly.
Yeah, so
I can see that, though.
whenever we got to the movie, it says Sherry, and I was like, huh.
That's your mom's name.
Yeah, oh, and it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
Hers spelled with an I. Yeah, I know it's still the same
It is
name.
still your mom's
Splitting
name.
hairs.
It is.
It's a different name.
It's the same name. It's spelled different. It's
I will
splitting
say this. What's funny is that her sister's name is Vicky,
Dick.
and it's spelled with an I. But their brother, named Jerry, not spelled with an I.
That would be
It's spelled with a Y.
Yeah, but that would just be like sacrilegious.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's just, I think it's funny to me that they're both with an I, he's with a Y.
I mean, I wouldn't spell it with an I.
Yeah, I know.
For
I know, but it's funny
reasons.
to me.
Oh, I made a little the boys joke. It was pretty girl comes inside and they lock eyes, and I said, it'd be a shame if a flashlight superhero ran straight through her right now.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go.
And then,
And then it pans to Nathan helping out Earl.
yeah, Earl. And
Because he's getting foreclosed on.
And his wife's dead. His wife's name was Becky, I think.
maybe, or Betty. I think her name
I
was
think it was
Betty.
Betty.
It's something.
But
That's my grandma's name.
starts with a B.
The cool one or the...
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Splitting hairs.
That didn't work there. Okay.
The cool one or the
Betty
one,
and Becky
or
was
the one
what I
that
was
tried to
thinking.
ruin the music?
The cool one.
Okay.
One tried to ruin the music one time.
Because I know every time we walk into Barnes Over, it's like, hey, where's Betty?
work there?
I haven't seen her in forever.
I haven't seen her in forever.
But yeah, he just at first I thought it was just like he was having like a sob story bullshit moment, but really it's like
I put Earl's wife's dead.
yeah, it's basically just he's getting foreclosed on his house and he's gonna lose his business because he doesn't make any money. But then
It's like a pawn shop.
I think it's a hardware store.
Well, get with the times, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a little shitty hardware store.
Don't borrow from a bank if you can't pay it back, dude.
Yeah, but we all do that and we fight to pay it back.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
He's
they
not
hold
fighting
us-
hard enough, apparently.
They hold us down with interest.
He must
and
not
that's
be
why
fighting
we're all
hard enough.
broke.
If he wanted it bad enough, he'd be out there doing
And that's
it.
why we started a podcast in hopes.
Please listen to us.
Please, for the love
Listen
of
to the
God.
pod, bitch.
The other way you're moving.
If we're a match for a kidney, I'll give you my left one. Don't actually hold me to that. Jeff, just cut it.
Jeff, cut that.
Or do,
Well,
I don't know.
I think it's funny if you
But then Novocaine like shows some cool character because he says that he's gonna like hold on to like the paper till after Christmas, and it's gonna give Earl time to get his wife's
life insurance.
life insurance and Social Security money so that he won't lose his house.
Right.
Yeah. And then coffee in the break room.
And then the
it's
old man
clear
says
that
some
he's like very lonely and sad.
Old man says some sweet shit about his wife, about how
Yeah,
like she was a
yeah.
sunshine. Didn't matter if it had been 50 years or one day, and I was like, damn, that's sweet.
And then Nathan's looking at him like, oh, damn, I wish I had that. And then he sees those salt and pepper shakers that are like hugging each other. He's like, damn,
yeah,
I'm kind of lonely.
everything hurts.
Everybody hurts.
And then Becky, Sherry,
Yeah.
bumps into him when he's in there in the break room.
Yeah, spills hot coffee all over his hand.
Doesn't even react. And then she's like, oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? Starts to pull up his sleeve, pulls it away from her. He's like, whoa, I'm fine, whatever. Because he can feel no pain, which you find out later.
Feel no pain because he's that Novocaine.
Ayo. But yeah, he burns up the coffee, and then he kind of runs off from it, and he's like burnt to shit, but...
But then I also put in my notes, tattoo question mark? Because she's rolling up her sleeve a little bit and she saw a little ink. I'm like, oh, he got tattoo?
I was like writing notes, and I looked up and just barely caught it, and I thought that it was like a scar or something.
Yeah.
Because, like, his shit that he has that he can just take all this damage and be fine. So I figured it's just all scarred up.
Right.
Which, I mean, tattoos are also scars, technically. So.
But cool scars.
Scars remind us
scars.
that the past is real.
I can't help you fish.
And that's where we find out her name's Sherry.
Also, some dickhead started coughing. He coughed a lot. And then you coughed, and I wrote that down. And then I coughed too, and I was like, in my notes, I'm like, I hate myself for coughing.
Dude.
I don't even remember coughing. That's weird. This is the first time we haven't had that cough.
The one time he coughs, I'm not sitting close enough to tell him to shut up. Shut the fuck up. Well, no, that one podcast I said I was going to punch you in the face.
I think it was Wolfman.
Yeah, you're like, if you've coughed, if I ever cough, you can tell me to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking coughed, and I was like, I've betrayed everything that I believe in. Because I'm so against motherfuckers coughing.
But then you go to his office. He's in there, and she comes in there and apologizes and offers him lunch, and he turns it down stupidly. But then he changes his mind.
Yeah.
He realizes he is lonely. He's like, I'll take you up on
because
it.
he looks down and he sees the Earl's paperwork, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do this lunch. For
I also-
my boy, Earl.
I took a little note, and I was like, just throw your lunch away, man. Because he said
Yeah,
he
like,
brought his own lunch.
What a weird
Just-
fucking hill that, like, a pretty girl just asked you to lunch, and you're gonna be like, oh, no, I brought my lunch.
You're working in an office setting. Leave it and eat it tomorrow.
It was
Yeah,
also
it's
probably
fine.
one of those boring ass green drinks again.
Yeah, or like a fucking
Yogurt.
yogurt, some granola.
Also, he had a nice house.
Yeah,
Like, it must pay you nice to be an assistant manager at a bank.
probably.
Yeah.
I knew a girl that worked at a bank, and she made good money.
I mean,
You make good money.
I applied. Never heard back.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's probably the neck tattoo.
sees up, agrees. He ends up going out there, And he's like, I'm looking forward to it. And he's like, don't say that too loud. And it's like, God, bro, you have no confidence. Then they go out to eat.
No Riz.
Hey, we've all been there.
You have Novocaine. Get it?
Jeff. Cut.
Dylan looked at me funny. That's what made me actually laugh.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
You look disappointed.
You can do better.
I can. I normally do. It's shot in the dark.
Hey man, we all have our time to have a bad one.
Yeah, it's been my life.
Hey, they can all be winners.
See, though, man, old lady, whatever.
Dude orders. It pains them at lunch. Dude orders a fucking vanilla milkshake.
Yeah. And then at first I'm
At
like,
least get like chocolate or strawberry, something with a little more flavor.
why are you being so like
Pussy
about it? But then it's like
He
you find out.
doesn't want to bite his tongue off, which I think is the stupidest fucking reason, dude.
How hard are you chomping?
Yeah.
You don't know how to fucking chew? You never learn how to fucking chew? You,
That's
Right?
true.
Like, I just don't.
I don't know. Him saying that really enraged me.
It enraged me. The fucking bladder thing enraged me. I still don't get that either.
I understand. I kind of get it because like you accidentally bite your own tongue.
Yeah, but I've never bit it hard enough to where I'm taking chunks.
Yeah. So like I do see your point.
At most, it hurts for like 2 minutes max.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like but my palm, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think I've ever been so eager to eat something I'm almost biting my fucking tongue in half.
Yeah.
But he also mentions that like like his
Dude.
But I guess not having pain sensors, I guess you really wouldn't know.
you wouldn't know if you do. And like he talks about his mom and dad also. He's talking about how his parents like were protective over him, so maybe he just never really had food. You know what I mean?
I just figured, like, if that was protective enough, he'd be sneaking off to do some stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Imagine having to drink every meal you eat.
Yeah, but if it's the only thing you know.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be that weird, but I just like imagine.
I just feel like kids being kids, he'd be a little rebellious,
like,
but I guess.
Imagine your parents actually stopping and get you McDonald's. You have to wait for them to blend it before you can.
I don't know. Like I feel like if he's never really eaten before,
Talking about stepping up to the juicer, you know?
yeah, I think it does make sense
Yeah.
in that regard. But like should I have to think about it that much?
No. Imagine going over there to the house, being their guest, and you're like, why are they blending homeboy's food?
They probably got to tell you before you get there, like, hey, our son, a little fucked up. But anyway, so
This lunch is really awkward.
Yeah.
she gets cherry pie, and
Cheese pie.
she's like, why are you so lonely and like not
What?
social to people?
Why are you a fucking loser?
And then she asks if he's got a girlfriend, and I was like, ooh, she interested. And then she's like, are you like on dating apps? And he's like, no. And then she starts talking about his reindeer tie that he has and how she likes it, and it would slay for a profile pic.
Probably
And
wouldn't.
she loves the pie.
Yeah.
And
I put to quote Harry Osborn, so good.
he says, cool. I don't know why I wrote that, but he does. And then she offers him some, and he says no. And this is whenever you find out about how...
he's very adamant about it.
He's like, I love pie!
She's like, okay.
You find out he has a genetic disorder. It's called SIPA. I did not take the time or try to write down.
I didn't
No,
Fuck no.
I just wrote down has a disorder. His nervous system is shit.
Yeah. And he can't feel pain or hot or cold.
And she is blown away by this.
Well, I mean, fuck, dude, if that was a real thing... That's another reason why I try not to be too nitpicky about this at the same time, because that shit's not real.
Well, yeah, that's the point then. Why are you making up made up stupid shit?
Because it's already made up stupid shit.
But I'm just saying, man, if it was real, that doesn't make sense.
But none of it makes sense.
So you look up and see what's actually real.
I mean, it might be a real thing. I don't think it is. I've never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, no, it is a real disease.
SIPA?
The average life expectancy of people with SIPA is about 25 years, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine.
So they just accidentally die?
In fact, nearly 20% of patients die within the first 3 years.
But is that kind of insensitive for this movie? To be like, this motherfucker survived, like...
I don't think so.
Well, if they only...
Because you know how people get really mad when they misinterpret...
If they're older than 25, what's the chance of them actually seeing this movie?
But like, you know how like people with the multiple or what's that, what do they call that?
Multiple sclerosis?
More personality, but like it's just something else, like the
Like borderline?
yeah, like people with that, like you know how people always get mad when they misrepresent that in movies.
Yeah.
It's like the people who have this disease be like those motherfuckers, man.
Well, here's the thing. I just think that it probably doesn't affect as many people
Fair.
I would just assume that, like, you know, there are certain things that people decide to be hot topics, and that's just
fair.
not one of them.
I guess I don't care enough about this.
Exactly. Because, like I said, dude, like, I've never fucking heard of that.
It's one in 125 million people have it. So
Wow. Okay, so there's not many.
Yeah, so that's, like, not that many.
He's the one guy that had it.
Yeah,
And they also-
in the United States.
they also lived to 25, so
Yeah, that's good.
max.
It's good. That's a good life.
But he says he can't have any solid food because he could accidentally bite off his tongue.
And Christmas music is playing in the background.
Yeah,
But this movie came out in March.
And she's like, oh, so that's why you didn't react to the coffee, because you couldn't feel it. And she's like, you're a superhero. And then he tells her this story about how he accidentally stepped on a nail and didn't realize it until his shoe was filled with blood. And it made it kind of weird for a few seconds. And then he was at the hospital a lot as a kid. He had 25-year life expectancy. His parents locked him up as a kid, and that's why he's not social as an adult. But he's still alive. And that's why he can't have the pie. He's standing on business. But then he immediately says, fuck my business, and eats the pie.
And he almost nuts because his cherry pie is good.
I also wrote he's nutting himself over pie.
I mean, he's never had it before, apparently.
I guess if that was your first time eating pie, I guess.
I have a note that says, I don't know why I'm taking notes.
Yeah, because most of this movie, we could have just watched the trailer.
Well, for me, the first part of this movie was super fucking dry. Like, I was like, what the fuck is even going on?
Well, they have to set up a reason
But
why
I
he
think-
goes after her, you know?
Well, yeah, like,
And I think they do a pretty good job of being like, you know, you see why this guy would want to fight for this.
you do, for sure.
Also, this movie didn't need to be an hour and 50 minutes. It could have been like an hour and 30.
I agree, man. The last fights, like, you could have condensed the shit out of that.
I think, like,
this guy, like, refuses to fucking die.
I think the whole, like, chase scene at the end and stuff didn't need to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
She asks what he's doing tonight, and then it just pans to him playing video games with Ned/Roscoe,
Yeah.
Which is-
Roscoe's wetsuit.
which is the fucking dude from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tom Holland once.
No, but not Tom Holland.
Yeah, but
The guy in the chair.
the fat kid.
Yeah, I mean, that's really... No, you can.
I'm an overweight man. I can say that. I can call another overweight person overweight.
Yeah, I think that's fucking fair.
He's not overweight. He looks like...
Okay, fine. He's the chubby
No,
kid.
I was gonna say, 'cause I was making a joke from the movie. He looks like Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
those weird Super Bowl commercials from a few years ago where he's bald.
And you also find out that
That was pretty funny.
even though you know, like, from the trailer that this is that dude, he's catfishing Nate, which is Novocaine, because he tells him that he's cool and he
rides
has
a Harley.
and he has a Harley and he has a short bun. That's what he calls it.
Yeah,
This is fucking
he's bald as fuck.
and he's fucking bald. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He didn't have to wear a doofus wig for this movie.
But I will say he's a good
Fair.
friend because he tells him, he's like, "What do you have to lose?" And it's like, you have literally nothing to lose. And then he dies in
You
the
weren't
game.
supposed to be alive past 20. You weren't supposed to make it past 25.
And then he you know,
Joke's on them. He's still alive.
Yeah.
dies in the game, whatever. And then when
Okay.
he hangs up on his friend, I thought it was funny because his friend says, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll just go fuck myself."
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, like that made me laugh.
Because he was like, "Can we play later? Because my head's just not in it right now." He's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go fuck myself."
The delivery was funny.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he is like a, because we talked about it in Flight Risk. He really is like Topher Topher, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
Topher
Grace.
Topher
Yes.
Grace-ish.
There you go.
Because like he's very funny and witty when in the roles he takes.
Yeah, I mean, like
He's very typecast, but I think he's funny when he
He
does
was
it.
funny in this
Yeah.
movie.
He's very sidekickish.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. I don't know how he did in that stupid fucking horror movie he was in last year.
He was in a horror movie last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the fucking tarot cards.
He was in Terror.
Oh yeah, that's the same one.
I don't think I watched that.
I didn't either.
I didn't either, but
I
he
just
was in it.
saw him in the trailer, which comes back.
But
to
also, it
you
was funny because he was talking about how much pussy he was slaying on the game.
playing games during the trailers. You know?
Yeah,
That's probably why you didn't know.
I feel like I saw that shit on like Netflix or something, and I just
It's on there. It's on Netflix.
did I watch that? I might have fucking watched some of it, but I don't think I retained any of it.
Yeah, I mean it didn't look like a good one.
Probably
he's-
something I threw
so he's
on.
going to this art show.
It's kind of booby in there. The art show's a little booby.
They
You
show
don't
her
s-
pieces.
Yeah,
You don't see
There's
boobs.
like half boobs.
There's
Yeah.
like half boobs. There's really like a boob because it's like two halves,
yeah.
which equals one.
She had a
We
bad
are-
childhood.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's in therapy. She's in therapy.
and the motherfucking people that pose for her paintings are in her therapy group. She
Yeah.
does say that.
He's like, "Oh wow, that's cool. You run a therapy group." And she's like, "No, I'm in therapy." He's like, oh shit, my bad. Cool,
And then
cool.
somebody buys one of her weird
Yeah,
fucking
she's-
paintings.
Yeah.
And it's like, people can afford those paintings, but I can barely afford groceries comfortably. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I hate it here. Like,
Me too.
I hate it here. I found out there was a Louis Vuitton baby carriage that sells for $5,000 and it's sold out. Like, why? Who does that? Fuck you, man. Give me that $5,000. You know? Doesn't it make you sad?
Random dude recognizes Nathan and is surprised that Novocaine's not dead.
Which was in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this a lot. Just saying.
Yeah, that was in the trailer.
Yeah, he explains after that dude fucks off. He explains to Sherry that was the nickname they gave him middle school when they beat him up because he couldn't feel it anyways.
Which is kind of fucked up because it's like just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not mean.
I put it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be beating the kid up,
Yeah.
but it does make sense why they would do
He
that.
may not feel on the outside, but he can still feel on the inside.
Can he?
Clearly, yeah, because he's super butthurt about it.
Yeah.
I would be too. Fuck these kids.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point too.
Anyway, and then she tells him how badass the nickname Novocaine is.
And
Yeah.
then,
Which it is.
Which is a cool nickname.
And then
yeah.
his alarm on his watch goes off, and it's so he can remember to go piss. And
It's
then
another one that I don't.
I
get.
kind of see your point there.
I've never had a pain in my body that's like pee
Yeah.
time.
The only time
I just know I need to pee sometimes.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you would feel your bladder and be
The
like,
only-
oh, that thing's full. I should
the
go
only
pee.
pain that I've ever felt when it came to peeing is if I really need to pee and like the tip of my dick hurts.
I still don't get that. So
You know?
it's never happened
You've
to
never
me.
had that happen
No.
That's happened to me in the morning. If I try to ignore it for too long, and I just want
Yeah.
to lay there. Eventually, when I wake up, my body will be like, "Yo, dude, it's pee
So like, I
time."
definitely get that. Like, if it was too full, because I know when you're able to pee, it does kind of start to hurt. I
Yeah.
can see that, but like, I feel like you would feel your bladder way before that. So he would never even get to the point of pain.
Yeah, I do think you're right. Like I feel like he would, because he still can touch and shit.
But
right?
also,
Like,
just remember to pee. If just like, I know it's stupid to be like, oh, it needs a reminder because things you're forgetful of. But how many people forget to pee? Like,
Well,
just
my
be like,
thing
oh,
is
I've had a
like-
lot of drinks, so I better go pee. I don't know,
my thing is like, how does he not feel that he needs to pee?
Yeah, like I just.
Because he can still feel shit.
He just
Like I
wouldn't-
get like
he just wouldn't feel the pain of it being like, oh, if he had to
Exactly.
pee like 2-3 hours ago and he still let it go on that long, it's like,
then he couldn't feel that pain.
yeah.
So like, he can't hold his pee for too long, but it's like, well, why are you not just peeing normally?
Yeah.
Like whenever you need to pee. Yeah, I see your
I
point.
just think it was just lazy writing.
Yeah, I don't. They needed to give him more reasons why this disease sucks, but there's not many. Like, I could see how, not like the stepping on the nail thing. I see how that could be a problem, but like, besides like a few minor things that could happen, I don't think a lot of the things that he says is wrong could actually happen.
And then he walks back from the bathroom to Sherry, and she's talking to that asshole from earlier.
She's like, let's let bygones be bygones. Have a shot.
Yeah, and she gives him a ghost pepper hot sauce.
Yeah.
And she
and
says
she gives it to Novocaine too, but
Yeah.
since he can't feel it, it doesn't matter.
I don't think he gave it to her.
You don't think so?
No, I think he just because the bartender was in on it too, so I feel like he just didn't give it to him.
Maybe. I thought that he also drank one but couldn't feel it because he can't feel
I mean,
pain.
like I thought so too, but I'm like, I just don't feel like why they would do that. I don't know why she would do that to him. Even though because he just told her about.
with how aggressive this movie's marketing is, I'm surprised he wasn't on Hot Ones.
Yeah, actually.
Because it seems like they would do everything to get people to come see this fucking movie except
Yeah.
for put them on Hot
They
Ones.
bought a fucking Super Bowl ad for God's sake.
I am interested to see how well it does. But anyway, like I thought that was cool of her to do because she makes the dickhead take the shot.
And then she makes him pay for it too.
Yeah, and I liked this part whenever he's like, because they leave the bar together, and he's like, oh man, he's got to be killing him, thinking that I'm taking you home, and she was like, but you are. I was like, damn, all right, respect, you know,
Fire.
fire.
I was like, Sherry's the badass now.
And then they're at his place.
Yeah.
Bro reads, and he is first aid handy because he hurts himself a lot and doesn't realize it, which I guess kind of makes sense. I don't know. I'm starting to sway more towards y'all's opinion.
I like the idea that he. Wait, what'd you say? What were we talking?
I'm just saying, like,
We did that thing where I zone out. What'd you say? What were you talking about?
just talking about the books, like
the
how
books,
he
my
can
bad.
do like first aid stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's pretty cool because he does do a lot of it in this movie.
Also, I think a lot of the things that they introduce early on, like, they do a good job bringing back.
Right. I agree.
Like, she's like what else? And then she's like telling him how he's a Renaissance man, how you can tell she likes him. What else are you hiding? And then she goes and pulls up his sleeve from earlier, and this motherfucker's covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
And I put because I was thinking about it before they even talked about it. I was like, it's cool, like the concept of like if he can't feel pain, he's just giving himself tattoos because like he can't feel it. I was like, that's kind of a cool concept. They'd be like, yeah, let's get plenty of tattoos because I can't feel it. Fuck it.
My only beef with it is how does he get them to look so good good
While he's doing it.
while he's doing it to
Because he's
himself.
doing it like upside down.
Yeah, he'd have to be doing like the ones on his chest and stomach are like perfect, but he'd be doing them upside down.
Well, see, I think he is reading and he just has a stencil and you can just, as long as you have the stencil, it's probably not that hard.
Yeah, he probably drew on this and then made
maybe.
the stencil. Maybe. I can see that.
I know, like the tattoo artists I know, a lot of them started out doing it to themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they're doing it in like their arms or their legs.
Yeah, but like doing it on your leg, you're probably still upside down doing it.
That's true.
What's the stencil thing? It makes sense.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
you do see him pantsless later, and he does have some on his legs.
Yeah. So they're pretty
You
cool.
do see him pants.
But they are pretty cool, though.
He does have really cool tattoos.
Because they were talking about how it's kind of like a tapestry, because it's like a story.
Yeah.
And then she also asks him if, since he can't feel pain, can he feel pleasure?
Yeah.
And he can.
Yeah, he's like, I'm feeling something. And then when she takes her shirt off, you see like cut marks.
Yeah.
And then I put they have more in common on the inside and on the outside. Cause
Yeah.
like, they hurt on the outside and on the inside. They both have scars.
Whenever
Scars
she,
remind us.
whenever she shows off
The
her,
past is real.
whenever he sees her cut, she says everybody's hiding something. I think we were all just looking for someone we can show it to.
And I like that. I like that. That was pretty cool.
And then he gets some stanky on his hang down.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. I also just wanted to comment.
Now, my
Yeah,
thing-
but y'all just started really talking like that day.
My thing is, if he set a reminder on his fucking watch to piss, how's he gonna nut? Is he gonna set a reminder for that? Like,
How is he
I mean, you got a good point.
How is he going to know when he's about to finish to pull out?
Because like if he doesn't even know when he needs to pee,
He ain't going to be like, oh, God, I think I'm close.
he's not
He
gonna
ain't
get it with
know.
that, and then you know what I mean?
Good answer.
Show me.
Okay, they questioned me in the last one.
But this is where we get the same mundane routine, but now he's got more pep in his step because he just got some stanky on his hang down.
Yeah.
I believe in a thing called love.
I believe in a thing called
Jesus.
That's how it goes.
The
I get it, though.
guy that sings it looks a lot like that comedian that's in the league, Paul Scheer,
Yeah.
who plays Andre. He looks a lot like that guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And then while he's getting ready, he also eats something and doesn't bite his tongue off.
yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm not biting my tongue off. I'm good.
And then he almost wrecks on his way to work this
he's so
time.
happy.
And I thought it was kind of cool seeing how different he sees his life now that he banged Sherry. And he's like starts kicking his feet in his office and shit because he's like
He's
looking
like-
at her through the window.
And he's getting ready to go down and talk to her, and bam, Santas walk in, and they're like, ho, ho, ho. And the bank manager's like, oh, cool, what can I do for you? He's like, give us all the money you got.
And he goes, that's him shooting his gun.
He oozes the ceiling.
But yeah, bank robbery ensues. That's me shooting the ceiling again.
Manager gets his ass beat. Yeah, manager trying to play the hero, and he gets.
Yeah, he's
He's
like,
like, I'm not gonna give you the code. He's like, oh, man called my bluff. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I put apparently the bank vault is worth his life. And then I was like, oh wait, well never
It
mind.
ain't worth my fucking
And then he
life.
beats his ass, but isn't killing him. And then I put, never mind, he killed him because he saw his face. And then he goes and gets Novocaine because Novocaine's the assistant manager.
And then Nate starts getting punched, and he's just no selling it.
Well, because you can't fucking
Yeah,
do it.
he's getting gut punched. Like, whoo!
And he's like, he's just staring at Sherry because she was laying on the ground like right beside where that dude got his head blown off.
Yeah, and like the blood kind of splattered on her face too.
Yeah.
Which comes up later when she's talking about like you didn't have to kill him.
Yeah, for sure. And then he's like threatening that he's gonna kill Sherry if he doesn't give him the vault number because he sees them like looking at each other.
Which he wasn't gonna do anyway.
So he gives him the number, but he doesn't know that.
I know.
But
Playing hairs.
let it go.
But no, it's fun to say. Fuck you. It's an inside joke.
Yeah. Alright.
Nate,
Beats his
Nate
ass.
gives him the combo.
Santa's getting the vault. And then the cops are there. And they're like, we gotta take a hostage. So, and I put, they take Sherry because
Yeah.
of plot.
And then they completely just like fucking obliterate those cops.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
It's
cops.
like, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Except for that one. That one just got leg shotted.
Yeah.
And then-
What is this? No Russian?
Novocaine wakes up, and then there's more cops and more of a shootout. And the cops have Stormtrooper aim. And then there's more dead cops.
And that's when Novocaine kind of wakes up after getting punched out. He's like, oh shit, they took Sherry.
Yeah, he realizes the situation. And then, like, he goes outside, and he's like, gonna kind of...
What a shitty assistant manager. He didn't check on any of the other.
Yeah, right.
employees, make sure
Fuck you
they're
guys.
okay.
I want the girl I just had sex with last night.
Yeah,
Not you guys.
He was like, I didn't nut in any of you guys. Fuck you.
Because we know he did nut in her, because how would he know?
How would he know? How would he know? But then, like, he goes outside, and there's an injured cop, and he
He takes off his belt to tourniquet it.
Yep.
He's like, put pressure on it, and then he sees the cop's gun on the ground. He's looking at it. The cop's like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And then he takes the cop's gun and takes the cop car and says, fuck you, I'm chasing my girlfriend.
Yeah.
The girl I nutted in last night.
He catches up to the bad guys pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And
Because he was tourniqueting his leg for like a good maybe minute.
Yeah,
but he catches up pretty quick.
And that's the fastest this movie goes.
And he starts getting shot at. And then there's two cars, and they split up, and he has to pick which car to go after. And of course, he goes after the wrong car. And then he crashes the car because
the guy just swoops down an alley. And he just crashes into
like a work truck.
Before that, it's funny too, because they're like on the phone, like, oh, there's a cop behind us, and like, but before that, they're talking to each other. He's like, oh man, yeah, we got a bunch of, we're gonna be rich. He's like, oh, well, it's not about the money. We just had fun. Yeah. And I was like, it's funny. You can tell this guy's like a cocky asshole.
Yeah, you can tell he's a prick.
And he's like, no, we just did it because it was fun.
And
so Novocaine chose the wrong car to chase because he thought he was going after Sherry, but
and then he wrecks, and Novocaine gets out fine, and the other guy has to get stopped though because there is a dumpster down the shortcut that he took, or not the alleyway, I should say.
Because they go down one alleyway, he goes down another one, and then the one Novocaine crashes, but then he gets blocked by a different one.
Yeah, and a fight ensues over a gun.
Yeah, which I think it's funny because he's like, oh, you know where the safety is? I'm like, that's a Glock. The Glock he had doesn't have a safety. It's got a twin trigger mechanism.
I probably don't know where the safety is either.
Yeah.
Because like there's a thing on there where the trigger has a secondary trigger on it.
Yeah.
You have to pull that. You have to pull that first to pull the trigger. You can't pull it from the side or anything. So it's like technically it doesn't have a safety.
Yeah, 'cause you just.
Yeah, it's basically just like you have to commit to pulling the trigger.
I know what you're saying because it's like a little one and then it's like the trigger.
Yeah.
And it goes.
It's like, so technically I didn't have a safety, big dog. So technically you don't know your guns.
And Kyle does.
Anyway, I just know that specific thing about that Glock. Anyway, and then so they're fighting over the gun in the kitchen.
Yeah, because like the guy knocks the gun away and it goes into a kitchen. I was taking notes and all of a sudden they were in a kitchen.
I can't remember how they got there either.
And Nate's getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
But then he kind of was holding his own for a minute.
And then he smacks him with a bag of flour.
Well, he hits
among other things.
He hits him with the hot pan and like that.
He grabs it. He's like, oh, those are 33.
Which was in the trailer.
So is this gun.
Yep.
Throws him around, getting hit in the face.
He throws cabbage at him.
This whole fight is in the trailer, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Have you even fired a gun before?
Getting ragdolled.
Also, you know what wasn't in the movie, though, surprisingly? The line about being Wolverine. That's the one thing from the trailer that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Where he's like, oh, you're not Wolverine, you can still die, dude.
No, it wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah, but it wasn't
in the movie.
It was in the trailer, but it wasn't in the movie.
I thought you were saying the opposite.
I find that interesting. I was like, it was in the trailer, but
yeah.
Interesting.
And then he pulls a knife.
They were just trying to get people to come see the movie.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about Wolverine. That was topical.
He pulls a knife, and it's funny because he throws it at him, but he accidentally hits his vest.
This is the marketing
off.
meeting. Let's talk about Wolverine. That movie just came out.
Good answer.
Good answer. Showing me Wolverine. Ding! We got one right this time.
Then they just kind of fight, and the flower.
Yeah, honestly, we don't even have to talk about this fight because
it's in the trailer.
Just watch the fucking trailer.
Yeah, but I also thought it was funny because he has the funniest yells when he's getting thrown. He's like, yeah! Yeah! It was funny as hell. Every time he'd throw him, he'd be like, yeah!
And then after he pulls the gun out of the fryer and shoots him in the face,
which is in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think shoot him in the face was. But
it was.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Holy fuck!
Yeah, because the blood stain goes.
I remember,
and then because it cuts to him throwing up.
Because the trailer was red band.
Because that happens, and then he goes and then throws up.
Yeah, he throws up.
But I thought, going back to the yell thing, I thought it was funny because later on he's getting tortured. He has the same kind of yells where he's like, yeah! It's like the way he yells is just funny.
He's none.
Yeah, for real.
And then he pukes.
Just like he did in that girl because he doesn't know how to come.
I thought it was funny that
without knowing he's coming.
I thought it was funny that he blew his brains out and said, "Hey man, you okay?"
He was like, "You okay?"
What's funnier is that was probably his very first time nutting
in a girl.
No, just in general.
We don't know that.
You don't think he doesn't? Dude, he's like a lonely 30-year-old. He's been busting his meat, bro.
If he has an alarm on his watch to go piss, I doubt he's cranking down.
I think
maybe he has an alarm to jerk off.
I think he's jerking every 3 hours.
I doubt it's that.
That's his pee alarm.
That's 8 times a day.
Maybe it's his pee and cum alarm.
His alarm was like porn time. He's like, oh.
He closes the blinds in his office.
Yeah.
Takes himself to Crank City, you know.
Do not disturb on the door.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what the fuck?
And then he's like, I had to do it because of Sherry. And then he finds
he gets over it real fucking quick.
He's
like, I just killed the dude, but I was like, but it was for Sherry, so it's okay. And I'm like, well, you got over that real quick.
He finds a burner phone. on that dude.
Yep.
And then he takes a picture of his tattoo, which I thought that was smart.
Smart. And then he calls Roscoe and's like, "Hey man, call up these tattoo shops, see who did this tattoo." He's like, "I'm not gonna help you, man. The cops are gonna be there." He's like, "Please, I consider us friends. Well, all the time we spent on the game, like I think we're really good friends. Please." He's like, "All right, I'm doing this for you, but that's it."
And it's funny because he's like, "Why don't you just call the cops?" And he's like, "Well, I murdered someone and stole a cop car."
That's probably not a good friend.
I put he calls Roscoe and he's the sidekick now.
Yeah, and then it's back to the bank and it's news and shit.
I never wrote these detectives' names down. I just wrote guy detective. And
I know the guy because
detective.
he's a really big comedy guy. He does like comedy stuff.
Yeah, because he almost looks like Louis C.K., but it's not Louis C.K.
Yeah, he's like a skinnier Louis C.K.
The lady's name was Barbara.
I didn't write that down at all.
I think I know her from something too, but I just couldn't figure it out. But she looked familiar.
Because, like I said, I refer to them as guy detective and female detective.
The weird thing to me is that, like, a lot of these characters, you don't get their names for, like, a long time.
Like Roscoe, he's on the phone for a hot minute. And like,
you don't know who he is. We just know he's the guy Novocaine plays games with.
Yeah.
It's not until the house that he says Roscoe.
And,
they're like, "Oh, yeah, baby." Because they're like, "Oh,
Because the comedy cop is like, it's a bad week to quit drinking. She's like, "Oh, you quit drinking?" He's like, "No, but it would be a bad week.
But it would be a bad week to quit drinking."
and then they just kind of get, like, a rundown of what happened.
And they're like, because they're like, "Oh, yeah." And then after they left, the assistant bank manager stole a police car and chased after him. And they're like, "Could it be a double cross?" I was like, "Nah, he's just doing it for the nookie."
Yeah.
Do it for the nookie!
And then the dude detective, whose name I did not get, says that today was supposed to be an easy one. And then they decide they're going to get a file on Kane. And then the cop lady sees his belt. And,
I refer to him as Nate through most of this movie and not Kane.
I call him Kane, Novocaine, and Nate. Because I just do that.
This is 2 weeks in a row that I just referred to a dude as Nate. 2 weeks in a row of us doing movies on characters named Nathan. There was Nathan the Leprechaun.
The dude, right?
Yeah,
Like the fake mullet.
Yeah.
The dude that Jennifer Aniston wanted to have sex with.
Yeah.
It wasn't the literal child and it wasn't the dumb one.
Yeah.
Or the father.
Yeah.
Because that was her father.
Or the leprechaun. We never got his name.
Leppy boy.
We don't know his name. We don't know him. And then so Novocaine goes to Earl's.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know really where else to go.
And Earl's like, "Yo, I'm on my lunch break. What do you want?"
And I just put, bro, you wouldn't have any business anyway.
I'm trying to work so I can repay the bank. Leave me alone.
And then it just kind of cuts to Novocaine sitting on the thing, and he casually cuts himself open with a box cutter to get the...
Well, if that poor Earl, man, he has to watch him just, like, doctor himself up. I don't think he wanted that.
Yeah,
he just, like, glues himself back together, too.
Yeah, like wrestlers.
And
that's true.
But there's also, like, I think there's, like, medical glue that's a lot better for you than he just uses super glue.
Yeah.
Like, for little small cuts like that, I'm pretty sure they actually have, like, medical glue. And he's using something that's probably not, like, skin safe.
Did EpiPens give you adrenaline for real?
I put that in my notes. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that." But I'm like, is that real?
Is that bullshit made up jargon?
I don't know.
Sleep. Look it up.
I didn't want to.
I mean, I'm genuinely curious about that. Yeah.
But anyway, while he's doing that, because he's doing it so he can't pass out.
The motherfucker uses an EpiPen because he says it gives him adrenaline.
EpiPen delivers the correct dose of adrenaline quickly. EpiPen has needle protection, which deploys immediately after administration.
So yeah, shit.
Dude, we should get together and just pop EpiPens.
They're
expensive, I
they're
think.
like $400 a pop.
So why do these basic ass fucking first aid kits have them?
Because you never know who's going to have an allergic reaction to something.
Yeah, why does this guy have one though? Maybe that's why he's not paying the bank back because he's buying EpiPens. The ambulance makes sense because it's an ambulance.
Yeah.
For plot.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Anyway, so
he gives Earl some fucking money.
He gives some of the cash from the robbery.
The people who wrote this movie, they had one good idea and then just lazily wrote the rest of it.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
They probably AI wrote most of this.
No, I feel like we would have heard about it by now.
Well, everybody gets so up in arms about it.
At this point, I agree with Anders Holm. Maybe they wouldn't have had to go on strike if they just wrote better movies.
I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Like
they wouldn't have to worry about AI taking their job if they just wrote better shit.
If they were just better at their jobs.
And then,
I half agree with that and half don't at all. But it's funny.
I know he was just saying it for the goof, but I kind of get what he's saying.
Because everyone's been saying for years, Hollywood's running out of ideas. Like, no.
Look at this fucking movie. 90% of it was in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, so then what does he get from the text?
Well, before that, he gives him some money from the heist.
Yeah,
and
he says you might want to launder that because it's the bank's probably still looking for it. Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure I don't think he'd be able to keep that money.
Also, most banks nowadays have like fake money.
Die pack, yeah,
they're like just die packs.
Yeah, so it's crazy that wasn't like a thing in this movie.
Yeah,
but isn't that in the bags?
I thought of it in movie for the list, 30 minutes or less.
Cool. Yes, actually. Yeah. But isn't that like isn't the dye packs in the bags though, or are they in the bills?
I think they're in the stacks of bills.
Maybe they are in the stacks of bills. I always thought they were in the bags
Because
themselves.
anytime I just from movies, but anytime I see it in movies, they're thumbing through the bills and usually it pops out. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And then it pans to the detective at the kitchen.
Yeah.
No,
but what does the text say?
He just gets the address from Roscoe.
That's what he gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's like, delete these texts after I give this to you, so they can't trace it back to me, basically.
And then and then the cops are in the kitchen.
Yeah, there you go. Then the cops are in the kitchen.
And the funny dude cop says, "Be ashamed if it was the real Santa." And I was like, "Oh, that's funny." That was pretty funny. Yeah.
And then apparently his gamer tag is Magic Nate Ball. And the funny cop guy, that's pretty good. That's pretty
funny. And then he's 30 and he has nothing going on.
Yeah, and then
they start talking about his phone number, like they have his phone number.
Well, yeah, because the female cop was just like, "Hey, they got a phone number?" And he was like, "Yeah, but
he's not gonna call us. Yeah, he's not gonna answer it.
He's on a crime spree. He's not just gonna answer it." And then
he's like Nathan Kane. Who is this?
Yeah, he literally says that.
And then it's funny because like as soon as he answers, the funny cop has to pay her because they bet.
Yeah,
he's like, "Fuck, God damn it!" It was funny.
And then she starts asking him like, "What is he doing?" And he's telling her about Sherry.
And like he because at first when she's talking to him, he's like, "Oh shit, you think I'm in on this? I'm not. Like I'm just going after Sherry." And
he was like, "What would you do if your child was a part of this? Would you wait for someone to go save them, or would you do it yourself?"
And I like the dramatic pause too because she's like, "All right, have it your way." She hangs up because they traced the call and he's good. But I like that how she's like, "If that's how you want to play it, I can't stop. Like nothing I'm going to say is going to stop you."
Yeah,
yeah. Then
she gets it like at the same time.
Yeah, then it pans to the other bad guys because you don't get their names yet.
Yeah, wondering where CB radio.
Yeah, and they're wondering where Ben went, and they're like, "Oh, he'll show up in no time." And the sheriff's like, "Doubt it."
Ben is the dead bad guy, by the way, the one that gets killed in the kitchen.
Yeah, and then I put dude's name is Simon, and then Sherry and Simon are talking
because we find out that. The other one and Ben are brothers.
Yeah, Andre.
Because this is the first time we were here. They were brothers.
And then this is whenever you also find out that Sherry is working with these guys.
Which I called from the trailer.
Because Simon is her brother.
I literally, one time we were watching this trailer, I looked over at Dylan, I was like, I bet she's in on it.
Yeah. And he throws her some cola gummies to get over herself.
Yeah, which is just a weird subplot.
Yeah.
Because like, one scene he called her sis, but I also didn't really confirm it at that time. I just put, I guess they're related.
And then I wrote,
because remember earlier she says too when they're at the argument about how she had like a brother or something.
Yeah.
And like it was them moving around in foster care.
I wrote, she only fucked Novocaine to get the vault code.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I put, sounding like she's making excuses.
Yeah.
But Simon doesn't like excuses. So I guess he says that at some point.
Yeah.
And I put while it is a twist, you definitely see it coming.
I put Nate is out here trying to save her, and she probably doesn't even like him.
Because just like Nate said, like the first 3 hours is when they usually kill a hostage, and she's not dead. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. She's not dead.
But has he peed
or came
cranked
too high voltage?
And then
some of the adrenaline stuff is definitely ripped out of.
Yeah, straight out of it. Yeah.
And then then it shows Nate going to like a tattoo shop, and it's like in some dude's apartment, I guess.
Because in the text he got, he's looking for a guy named Zeno.
Yeah.
Oh, I never got his fucking name. I just call him random beef puns because he's a beefy dude.
He's a big motherfucker. His name is Zeno.
Yeah. And there's a lady there, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to get work done." And she's like, "You look like you already got work done."
And she's like, blah. From the trailer, he said, "You should see the other guy."
Yeah.
Straight from the trailer.
And then she lets him in, which I thought this part was funny because there was that mannequin in there, and he was like, "Oh, I thought that was a person."
I wonder if that was not scripted. I guarantee you, that's probably just like.
He says, "Well, I thought that was a real guy for a second."
That was probably just like actually.
My note is he gets let in, and the big beefy tattoo artist starts talking to him, and they start talking about Ben.
He's like, "Hey, you know Ben, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I want that same tattoo he got." He shows him the picture he took on his phone earlier.
You find out that Zeno is a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, because he's like, "I like your work." He tells Novocaine he likes his work. And then he's like, "Oh, I like yours too." And then it pans to his swastika.
He shows a giant swastika. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yikes. And I put. They start. He starts asking about Ben's last name.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to know something funny? How do you pronounce it?" He's like trying to get him to say it. Yeah. He's like, and then Zeno's like, "How about you tell me what you think it is?" He's like, "Oh, never mind." And
then they start fighting.
Well, he also asked him like what he does for work, and he's like, well, Ben doesn't talk about work.
Yeah, but they also do talk about like how did you serve with him? So like, I was pretty sure that was a Marine tattoo.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Some sort of military services tattoo. So I was like, so I know he served or whatever. And then when Zeno brings it up,
I thought he said surfed, and I was like, I was so confused. Cause whenever they said, good answer, yeah,
like, oh me surf,
because they're like, I thought he said, "Did you guys surf together?" And he was like, "Yeah, we surfed together honorably." I just thought it was like relaying back to Novocaine being like kind of a dipshit the whole time. And like I was like, I put dumbass, but really I was the dumbass all along.
But then he's like, but then Zeno's like, well, wait a second, and then he goes, he walks away and grabs a knife, and then before he can pull it on him, Novocaine pulls out the gun. He's like, don't do that.
Yeah. And then
they start fighting.
lady hits him with a bat.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny that Zeno accidentally knocks the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Because he socks her right in the face. I was like, damn.
And then at one point,
So the bat's broken in half as well.
I put at one point, Beef Boat falls and he gets his arm stabbed.
He doesn't fall. He tries to do like an elbow drop.
He does do an elbow drop, yeah.
And then he fucking falls right on the fucking shark.
All I know is I'm taking notes. I just see him.
He's like, because he telegraphs the shit out of it. He's like, ah! And I was like, dude, why would, like, Jesus Christ. This is a fight, not a wrestling match.
Like, he stands up and yanks it out.
Yeah, because that fucking baseball bat goes right. Like, there's an artery there, too, right? He just shakes that shit off.
Yeah.
Like, there's an artery, like, right there. That guy would be fucked.
Yeah.
And then,
he just gets up like it's nothing.
And then he grabs
the
Nate
fuck out of
and
that.
just yeets him through glass.
Yeah. Which, there was like, I liked the way the glass fell around him. I thought that was a
very
cool
slow
little
motion.
shot.
Like,
And then Nate punches the glass and double punches Beef Boy in the eyes.
and I will say, even though this was in the trailer, seeing it in the movie was way cooler because he just starts punching the glass.
And Zeno's like, what the fuck
are you doing, bro?
I think that this shit would have been hard as fuck
If it wasn't in the trailer.
trailer.
Yeah.
I really do.
But when he goes to punch, I thought he was going to uppercut him and then come back down on him. I thought
No, he just starts scratching his fucking eyes out.
We just one big. But I thought because the way it's going, I thought he was going to go like. Poof, poof,
Also, I just wanted to mention that in professional wrestling, whenever they put glass on the taped fist, it's called a Type A death match.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wrote that down.
Yeah.
It exists, okay?
Yeah, and then like while he's blind, he's laying on the ground.
He's like, I can't see. Fuck.
Novocaine straddles him.
Yeah, he did. I was thinking that too.
And he grabs a tattoo gun and he starts tattooing over the swastika that Beef Stew has. And
That guy was
I never got his name. I just kept calling him Beef.
Stew.
Yeah,
And,
this movie was really fucking gory.
And he gives up Ben's full name.
Yeah, because that's funny because he's like, please don't make me do this, man.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, do it because like cover that swastika. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. I wrote a note that says, bro, I thought he said surf.
But the other thing is funny because after that he calls.
The bank.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I need a credit check on this guy, and then he can't find anything to write with. He just grabs a tattoo gun and writes the fucking address on his hand.
I thought that was cool. And whenever he goes to leave, he just casually gets some hand sanitizer and dips.
Yeah, and I was like, God, if he could feel that would fucking hurt.
It hurts so much.
God, because he gets a fucking fuck ton of it too, and I'm like, you're just like now you're just showing off that you can't feel pain.
Yeah. And then they go.
Well, pants to Simon and Andre talking.
Yeah, Clark and Sons Automotive, something like that.
Because Andre's like, I'm gonna go check the house because we can't find him, and then if he's not there, I'll come back and we'll leave.
And then it pans.
And then he's like, oh, you mean the house he booby trapped all fucking weekend?
Yeah, and
because this motherfucker was crazy.
To Nate at Ben's house, and then Nate steps on a trap on the floor, and it slings a mace/spike ball into his back.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is this?
So I wasn't sure what the correct name of it is, so I just put spike ball.
I did too.
I put a ball and chain.
I literally put spike ball booby trap.
It was funny, his reaction when he said, what the fuck is that? And then he goes, why?
He's another one of those ones where he's got really good comedic timing, especially because like this and The Boys are the two ones where he sticks out.
Which is weird, because his dad, Dennis, is not very funny.
Yeah, he's really not.
It's the brother, Randy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
R.I.P.
And I put, good.
Is Randy Quaid dead?
That's a good question. I thought he was. I thought he died a couple years ago.
Man,
but
honestly,
I could be wrong.
I didn't even know there was a Randy Quaid.
Yeah, Shitter was full. You ever seen Christmas Vacation?
He's also in Kingpin.
Yeah, I have. Is he like the uncle?
Yeah, Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
Shitter's full.
Yeah.
He's also in Kingpin.
He's also in Independence Day.
He's still alive.
Okay, cool.
74 years old.
Independence Day, he sacrifices himself, remember?
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Fair enough.
Jack Quaid is his nephew.
Maybe one year that should be our 4th of July movie. Hit a little bit on the nose.
Huh?
Just the first one, though.
Yeah, not the second one.
Not the second
I never
one.
saw that one.
I mean, neither. I would watch it, but I don't know.
I don't know if we want to do it for the
Let's watch it, then we can maybe decide if we want to do it for the podcast. You know what I mean?
Or we just don't watch.
Or we just don't. We're saying the same thing again.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch it though.
Which one are we talking about?
The second
The second
Independence Day.
Independence
Oh,
Day.
I'm cool if we don't do it.
Okay,
We
cool.
definitely don't have to do it for the podcast. I might just actually watch it one day. I don't know.
I'm good. I probably won't. Anyway.
I never know.
So he gets the ball out of him, and then he goes to the kitchen, and he gets fucking shot with a crossbow under the sink in the leg. And he just he can't get it out. So he just wobbles around. He's like, oh well, I guess I'm just wobbling with this thing in my leg.
I once was a bank assistant manager, and then I took an arrow to the knee.
Hey!
Skyrim reference.
That's for all you nerds out there.
Yeah.
So if we had a
And then I
nickel,
put it all fuck as a crossbow bolt. Never mind.
if we had a nickel for every movie we've done where the character Nate gets a leg wound, 2 nickels.
2 nickels. That is weird that it's happened twice.
That is
Especially
weird.
back
Yeah.
to
Back to back weeks.
Yeah.
But then he goes down the hallway, and before he goes down the hallway, he grabs a rolly chair to go down there in case there's another trap.
Which I thought that was smart.
That was funny. And
Yeah.
the one place he didn't put a trap was in the long ass hallway.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? But then you find out he did. Remember? Because fucking,
Oh yeah. He just
yeah.
didn't trigger it.
Yeah, he just missed it with the chair, I guess.
Yeah.
And but then he doesn't push it into the room that he's going into.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing?
And then he walks in there. He finds his clue he's looking for.
Yeah.
Because he finds out the garage they're in waiting for nightfall to get out of the city. Like he finds a jacket for that. Because apparently now we know that's where he works.
Yeah. Which we know they're there, but he doesn't know they're there.
And then he goes to leave. He's like, oh cool, I found my clue. I'm going to go find him. Whoop! He gets caught in a fucking upside down trap.
Yeah, the booby trap and is now hanging upside down. And then he grabs his phone and he's able to call his friend. And he also
finally
says,
learned his name is Roscoe.
he also says few, big few, and I've never heard anyone say pew like that. You know? I don't know, it was weird. It was a weird
What do
thing
you
I wanted
mean?
to comment.
What do you-
Because, they're like phew, or like, I don't know. It was a weird little dialogue thing, and
okay.
it fucking kind of made me mad.
Oh, because he dropped the phone. He almost dropped the phone.
Yeah, and he says it weird.
Yeah, this is when Roscoe's like, buddy, I don't want to be involved in this. And
Yeah.
that's when he's like, you already are, and all the time they play video games together, that meant something, and that you are my only friend.
Yep.
And
He's
then
like, fine.
Roscoe was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
I would be there in 15, but I'm gonna take my Harley, get there in 10.
And then-
Which how did he get there? Because he got there before the alarm even went off. How did he get there on a fucking moped that quick?
He
Man.
lives like right down the street.
Man, he's lying. And then he said, just hang in there. Sorry, that wasn't a pun. And he's like, no, it's okay. It was funny.
And he's like, I can make it 10 minutes.
And then Andre arrives as soon as he gets off the phone.
Yep.
Because of course he does. And he sees the booby traps and he sees Nathan. And Nathan's like, I'm just a thief. Thieving. You know? Like,
And
I just chose this house specifically at random.
And Simon calls, and he's like, yo, Ben's dead, and it was some random dude in a suit.
Some skinny guy in a suit.
it's also funny because he says, most people have that doorbell with the camera, but an indoor snare trap, egg on my face. I was like, what the fuck? The dialogue, a lot of the dialogue's funny. In
But
this
yeah,
movie.
so now Andre knows Ben is dead.
Yeah, and then skinny dude suit, like what you said, and he hangs up.
And
on
then
Simon.
he's about to kill Nate. Nate pulls some reverse psychology. He's like, "Oh man, just kill me quick if that's all you're gonna do." Is kill
Yeah.
me." And then he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna torture this guy."
He's like ripping his fingernails off.
He says all that matters now is the pain.
Yeah,
It's
and
like, what?
And then they fucking have "You're the Inspiration" playing in the background. I'm like, bro, that's the worst song to torture someone to.
And it's so funny because while he's like doing shit, Nate goes, "Oh, you sadistic fuck!"
You sadistic fuck.
Because he's trying to act like it hurts.
Yeah.
But it doesn't because he can't feel anything, especially when he.
And then Simon calls and he's like, yo, hurry the fuck up, we're about to leave.
And he's like, all right, fine, cool. Now we gotta kill him.
And he's like, I'm going to remove your eyes.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna cut his eyes out and put it on his mantle, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Please don't do that.
he's like, no wait, please don't actually do that.
And then Roscoe shows up and he's like, Roscoe? And he's like, who do you think it is, fucking Daft Punk?
Yeah, that shit was funny.
That was pretty funny.
I leaned over to him and go, around the world. And then I put, he's already a better sidekick in this movie than he is in Spider-Man.
Because I looked over to Dylan, I said, "What? You couldn't have just sent Spider-Man? You sent the sidekick."
It was funny too because he was like, "You said you look like Jason Momoa," and he was like, "I kind of do," and he's like, "He's just a really specific looking man."
And you're not.
Yeah, and you're short and bald and chubby. Like,
He's like, yeah, but I'll come to help.
he's like, "Yeah, how about you say thank you for fucking saving your life?"
Yeah.
And then they hug, and I wrote the fucking boys to tell ya.
And
And then
then
they're getting ready to get out of there.
And then Andre and Nate start fighting, and then of course, he runs and grabs his knife, which was in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Stabs him in the hand.
Yeah, he stabs the dude in the foot, and then he shows up with bear mace
Yeah.
next, which was not in the trailer.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then they had to leave out the bear mace. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
they didn't leave out most of this movie, except for that.
yeah.
The fight continues. He kills Andre. Roscoe is helping Nate bandage up his wounds.
Oh,
And,
we forgot because he's just walking down the hallway. That's when he hits that one trap. Because
Yeah.
he threw his helmet back on because of the bear mace, and then he steps on that one trap, and a fucking sledgehammer swings down and knocks him the fuck out. Oh, that
I
was
do
pretty
want to
funny.
say though, like the way he kills Andre, I thought was cool as fuck. Because I forgot all about him having that crossbow bolt in his knee.
Yeah, same. But also, like, this guy was fucking paranoid, bro. Yeah, like, because remember while they're fighting, that fucking cinder block falls through the fucking ceiling?
Yeah, the cinder block falls through the ceiling, too. I wonder if he
like,
booby-trapped his home because, like, they were gonna go steal that money and he knew people would be looking for him, maybe?
Yeah, but why booby-trap the house if you're not going to be there?
You're not going to be there.
Fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he was really into Home Alone.
Which is what he says after.
Well, they also do mention...
Which we'll get there. I want to go there. I want to get there in a minute.
They also mention whenever Nate first gets to his house that he was like a doomsday prepper.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's part of it too. It might be. I know doomsday preppers don't actually fucking do that, but they are like.
But like, I just don't understand what the point is if you're leaving because and then in the movie we found out they're taking a boat out of the city, so they're not coming back. Like, well, what's the point? I don't understand.
Well, they mentioned at some point too they're like gonna go down to Cancun or something.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's like, oh yeah, we'll be sitting on a beach drinking beers in a little bit.
Plot development and lazy writing.
Yeah.
Also, he's helping. Roscoe's helping Nate bandage up his wounds, and I've never seen him help Peter Parker like that.
Yeah, right.
True.
He's only there like while he's fighting. He's never there after the fight.
And the detectives,
the cool leg death was cool, where he like had him in like the leg lock, and then he like fucking stabbed him with the fucking arrow.
I thought that was cool as fuck.
And then it went through the other leg. I thought it was kind of funny.
I think
now you got 2 leg wounds.
I know like the fight scenes, a lot of the big spots are in the trailers, but I do think the fight scenes were done really well.
I know he can't feel pain, but if his leg is shattered because of that, how is he still standing?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
What would his leg be shattered from?
The arrow's going straight through. If he pulled it out, wouldn't also break it?
There's a lot of muscles and tendons that like.
I guess it just depends on.
I feel like he wouldn't be walking right at least.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't be walking right.
Yeah.
Because it went all the way through that first leg. Yeah. And then when he throws it through that guy, when he shoved it through that guy, it goes through the other leg. And it's like, that's a lot of like cartilage that's probably really fucked up now.
It's close to his knee too.
Yeah, like that he's walking all straight for the rest of the movie, like you would not.
Yeah. Also, the detectives show up and then Nate skedaddles, and I put, nope, it's actually Roscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is where he's like, he's like, oh, who's this? He's like, what was that for? He's like, I don't know. I don't know. They were huge Home Alone fans apparently, and I was the only one that laughed in the movie. I think you guys chuckled too, but like, I like laughed out loud. And no one else. I know there wasn't that many people in the theater, but I was like, bro, come on, that was funny as fuck.
It's also funny that Roscoe says that he will testify against Novocaine if need be. I was like,
he's like, yeah, I'll help you out, but I will testify you if I need to.
But then, he runs out with the cops, and they take.
It's funny too when they catch him. He's like, yeah, you have been deceived.
Yeah, for I am not Nate, and then they like kick his ass.
He like kicks him down. He's like, oh, please don't kick me.
I put he gets arrested immediately, gives into peer pressure, and I put total Ned move.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing in the library? Watching porn. Like very 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 same energy.
Yeah, because at the beginning of No Way Home, whenever they're all getting interrogated, he's the only one that starts talking. He starts blabbing.
I actually knew before MJ.
And then he was like, oh
yeah, tell me more.
Yeah, and he's like, can I get a lawyer? Because he starts getting nervous. I'm like, what an idiot.
But then because they switched clothes too, so now Novocaine has a cool ass jacket.
Yeah, he has a sweet jacket on. And then he goes to the garage, and then he goes inside, and Sherry and Simon are talking, and Sherry's like, I'm not leaving. And they talk about how they've killed people before, what makes it different.
Well, no, Sherry hasn't. Only Simon.
Right. Whatever.
Never split hairs.
Yep. Yeah.
She has, however, boosted cars.
She's also got nutted in.
Allegedly. But probably.
Well, I mean, like, she got nutted in because he doesn't know how to not nut. You know what I mean?
What if he doesn't nut at all?
He doesn't know how to not nut.
Sherry's remorseful. Like, Nate arrives with the gun and puts it on Simon. And
he finds out the truth. He's like, oh, what? You're that guy from the bank. That's my sister, bro. She conned your ass.
And he's like, it's funny because while Simon's like explaining or like starting to explain it all, he says, this is legitimately the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. And it's like, damn. Bro.
He may have got conned, but he also got a nut off. You know what I mean?
Off. Maybe.
Like, yeah, she may have conned me, but you didn't get the code to the vault, and I got the nut in your sister. Who really won here?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, that's your sister. He doesn't say that, but that's basically the face she makes.
He gets the shit beat out of him.
Well, then like Simon starts handing out the emotional blows, and I put, dude can't feel physical pain, but can you feel heartbreak?
I think he can. He's like, she played you, man. Like,
Fall Out Boy taught me the heartbreak feels good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you should be shooting her, bro, not me. And then Simon knocks the fuck out of him.
And like tries to crush him under a car.
Yeah, like he like goes to like crush him under a car.
And Sherry beats the fuck out of him again. She's like, "Oh, stop it!"
Yeah, and then he puts the gun on her, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you." And she's like, "No, I know you won't do that, or I don't even know who you are anymore, but you won't kill me." And he's like, "Oh, I will." Basically.
And then he's about to pull the trigger when the cops show up.
And the cops arrive and shoot him.
You shoot him in the back.
And I wrote, "Fuck, that was anticlimactic," because I thought that was the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Probably should have been.
it should have been, or at least like maybe they get into another fight where like he gets them, he shoots him like he does, and then maybe they just fight in there.
Yeah,
it needs
that's-
to be a whole other car chase.
That's what I think.
And
yeah.
I put Roscoe saved Nate again. I put never saw him do that shit in Spider-Man.
And then they're gonna rush Novocaine to the hospital,
Yep.
but Simon isn't dead, and he kills the cool guy cop.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
sucks,
right in
man.
the throat,
It was supposed to be an easy day.
Yeah.
Bad
I wasn't
day
even
to quit
supposed to be here today.
Bad day to quit drinking, man.
And then he also shoots the other cop, the lady cock, Barbara.
In the-
the lady cock. I said the lady cock, I think.
Hell
In
yeah.
the tummy.
In the tum-tum. Yep. And he starts shooting at his sister, and he
And
kills
he-
paramedics.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
he
a
takes-
paramedic.
And then he takes the ambulance that Novocaine's in.
Yep.
Kind of stupid on his part.
And then Sherry's like checking on Barbara, and she takes.
She basically has the same thing he does, where he's like, "Oh, well, there's a cop injured. There's a gun here.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
And there's
leave.
a car. I'm just gonna take this." And she's like, "No, you're not. I'm coming with you."
Yeah.
And they go together.
And then there's a high-speed chase, and they're going to the harbor. Novocaine wakes up and hears Simon grunting from where he's been shot.
And he's like, "God damn, I can't get rid of you."
He breaks his thumb to get out of the handcuffs.
That was fucking. Oh,
I
then
thought that
he-
was sweet.
and then he
actually.
it was
then he-
sweet, but so
And
fucking.
then he breaks it back
brutal.
into place.
That shit was crazy.
And then
But while they're chasing after Novocaine, though, there's this fucking guy in a stroller who yells at them. They're in a police car with flashing lights and the siren on, and the fucking guy pushing the baby says, "Oh, you motherfucker, learn to drive or whatever." And I'm
Also-
like, he's a fucking cop with his lights and fucking siren on. What are you mad about?
Let's-
Maybe don't cross the street.
let's also not forget that there's a fucking ambulance right in front of it too.
Yeah.
You dumb
But this is clearly a
motherfucker.
police chase, and you can hear the sirens from a mile away.
Yeah.
You chose to walk out in the fucking street.
I agree.
Fuck you and your
They,
baby.
they should have ran over the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, after he breaks his thumb in the ambulance,
Yeah,
Simon goes to shoot at him and he drops his gun in the back.
Well, yeah, because they hit a bump in the road.
Yeah.
But then he goes to shoot him when he gets the gun, and it's fucking empty. And I just
Yeah.
put, God must love this bank robbing asshole. Because,
Yeah,
like,
no
this motherfucker should have been dead by now. And he just keeps not getting dead.
And this is where I'm just ready for the movie day.
Same.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
this
definitely
is over.
like ready to. I'm ready to stop taking fucking notes.
Yeah. I had to pee really bad, too. I was like, fuck
Yeah.
this shit.
And
End
then-
this shit.
'Cause I'll have a note about it in a few minutes.
Simon starts shit talking Nate about how he is going to kill Sherry.
And then he grabs the defibrillator.
Oh, that's what it's called.
And,
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
He's waiting for it to charge up, and he's waiting until it charges up to get his fucking pun off. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh, because at one point it does pan back to the car, and that's when Sherry's like, "Oh yeah, we got to get to the. They're going to the boat."
Yeah, we know where she's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like he's waiting for it to charge up to hit him with the pun. I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up and
Why does he have to shock himself too?
for the adrenaline.
Maybe
For the adrenaline boost.
it is cranked too high voltage.
I was like, well, okay, whatever.
I think he could have just done it to the fucking ambulance itself.
Well, he also isn't going to feel pain, so he don't know.
That's true.
It was a weird way to do it. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, why?
And then,
You know?
then they flip, and then Simon and Nate start fighting.
Which was a
after
cool
the
flip, by
crash.
the way. Like,
Yeah.
even though it's for the
agree.
movie to end, the ambulance flipping was pretty cool.
And but as soon as it crashed, I was like, Simon probably ain't dead.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And then he definitely was immediately okay.
Yeah. And then it pans to them getting to the harbor, and Sherry's getting out, and the cop's like, "I can't fucking go. I'm bleeding like I'm bleeding like a stuffed pig over here."
I think it's cool how they're fighting in the ambulance turned over.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
that's a
pretty
cool
cool.
little set piece.
Yeah. So the cop gives her.
Well, Simon starts choking
Yeah.
him with like,
The stethoscope.
yeah, and then Novocaine just grabs a
scalpel.
and just cuts it.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. Because he kind of nicks himself, too, a little bit.
Yeah, like it shows like he doesn't feel any pain.
But that was really cool, because one of them, like, fucking grabs him and tries to slam him, and as they're doing it, they slam his head up against the fucking ambulance doors on the way out. I thought that was pretty fucking
and then,
sick.
and then he says, "You've given me a hell of a fight. It's time to wrap this up." And I agree.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm glad you're making me earn it, but goddamn, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, let's wrap this shit up.
Please.
Should have been wrapped up by now."
And then
Yeah,
this is
Let's
whenever
fucking die.
the cop gives Sherry her gun, and she's like, "Roscoe, I'm gonna let you out. Take her to the hospital."
Yeah.
So they go to the hospital, and then he says, "At least it's not a stick shift, am I right?" Because he's still handcuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the funny cop was right. He does talk too much.
Yeah.
and then it cuts back and like
Fucking Jesus Christ, dude.
Simon like has super strength and rips his goddamn hand off pretty
No,
much.
he had his leg in between his knees.
Oh, okay.
Like a fucking piece of wood that he was just like bending, and that motherfucker snapped.
Yeah, he like.
Like it was fucking. That
I'm gonna just say the way
that bone was shattered, dude.
There's no way they don't amputate that.
Yeah,
Like
no.
I feel like they just gonna cut that motherfucker off.
Oh, yeah.
Like in,
A lot of this dude's injuries, they probably would have just amputated.
yeah, because it's also I think the hand is fucked up too.
Yeah, because the way he kills him with his fucking protruding bone.
That shit's cool.
That was cool, but there was no bone left.
If his hand was that fucked up from a deep fryer, they probably would have just cut that shit off too.
Yeah,
Probably. I mean, I guess like the skin graft excuse. I would forgive the skin graft if it wouldn't have been the same arm that was broken like it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Like,
that make sense?
But to be fair though, from the way his hand was, they could probably put a bunch of pins and rods in there. But like that bone was still fucking shattered. Like it would have been easier to just amputate it.
Yeah, but what do I know? I'm not a fucking doctor.
But anyway, because like he's got his arm, he fucking shatters that shit.
Yeah. Sherry shoots Simon. Simon
Yeah.
and Sherry fight. Thumb to the bullet hole.
Yeah,
She sticks his thumb in one of his bullet holes.
she hits it with a brick too.
He's like, oh yeah, you love to fight dirty, and then it's like he's choking the life out of him, and then fucking Novocaine,
Gets an EpiPen and uses it.
Robert Pattin's Batman's himself. He's like,
Yeah.
gets the fuck up.
And he says, "Hey asshole, feel this," and then he jams his
He
broken arm bone in his
into
mouth,
his fucking ugh.
like through the bottom of his jaw.
You were right though. This fucking movie is gory, dude.
It's gory as fuck.
But it's great. It's fun. It's a good action though.
A lot of that shit's cool. Like they do a good job with that stuff.
Yeah. And then Nate passes out from blood loss probably.
It says I love you.
Yeah, it says I love you. And then in white screen.
I wrote, "This is all your fault, Sherry," and then I put white out fade. And then I put, "Somehow this motherfucker's alive," and then I put, "Hell yeah, the will to live," I guess.
Yeah. Who wouldn't know? Couldn't be me.
And then I put, "Ain't no way they save his hand," and then you find out that he had a heart attack
Dude,
and
I guess
a
all the
brain
fucking adrenaline.
and a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
He would have died.
Not to mention just probably a concussion from all the fighting.
Yeah, Nate wakes up, and then Roscoe's like, "Oh shit, it's a Christmas miracle." He's like, "Oh, it's Christmas." He's like, "No, buddy, it's January 11th."
You've been asleep. You've been in a medically induced coma for like 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
What is it with this month where we've done a movie with a dude in a coma twice, and a character
falling down the stairs,
a dude named Nate
Getting a leg wound.
getting a leg wound. Like, what the fuck is
We're
it with
just
this
making good
month?
movies, I guess.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, just similar movies.
yeah. I don't know if "good's" the word.
Fair enough. But then we found out the cop's daughter that she mentioned earlier made Nate a card.
Yeah,
Which I thought was
It was a
sweet.
good little callback.
because she also drops the bombshell that, "Oh, look, you're facing
A
like
lot of fucking charges.
a lot of years."
But the judge went easy on you because you've done nothing else. So you got 6 months house arrest and 5-year probation.
Because he saved a cop's life, had good witnesses, and is just a white guy at a bank.
Yeah, like
So,
you
yeah.
have no priors. You're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so he gets 6 months of house arrest and then 5-year probation.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to 1 year later.
And that's when I wrote the female detective also I gave him a card from her daughter. And I put Roscoe is freaked out by the burnt hand, and then I put 1 year later.
Yeah, that's
He said
exactly
it's a
what
skin graft.
he says. It looks like fishnets, and it does. It does.
does.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why is your hand so sexy in the fishnets?" And it's like, "Dude, it's
You're
a
welcome.
skin graft." Like,
And they're playing games. He's like, I gotta go on a date.
one thing I thought was cool about the dialogue between them during this gaming scene is you can tell that they're actually friends now.
Yeah, like
Because they've like met each other in real life, and like they're like fucking with each other and shit.
Because he hears the alarm, and he was like, "Dude, just hold it."
Yeah,
He was like, "No, this is for a date."
yeah, so they know each other now
yeah, exactly.
on a
And
personal, deeper.
his date is with Sherry. It's the 1 year that they've been together.
Yeah, and then he finally finished his chest tattoo, and then she's in jail, and the officer is getting mad.
Yeah, which his dialogue was funny.
Yeah.
Cause he's like, "Hey man, put your fucking shirt back on. This isn't a conjugal visit." And then he tries the pie because he lit a candle for their anniversary.
he's like, I see an open flame.
Yeah,
He's like, I better not be seeing no open flames. He was like, oh shit, sorry.
I wrote, "Does he bite his fucking tongue off?" And then I said,
I thought that would have been like a funny ending, but no, I guess they want him to feel like a
"A new man."
yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it would have been funny if he bit it. Like maybe I bit his tongue off, and he'd be like, oh fuck, I bit my tongue.
Yeah.
If
would
she
be funny.
only has,
Well, he wouldn't feel it, I guess. So.
Maybe a little blood comes out.
Yeah,
That'd be the only way you could show it.
that'd be
you
a
know?
funny little like.
Yeah, she only has roughly 8 months. I know he gives like the specific. I just put roughly 8 months.
Or maybe he's like, we see a little bit of blood. He's like, that'd be funny.
And
And
she calls him Novocaine. He eats some of the cake or pie. Chews
see
very
you,
weirdly.
Novocaine.
Movie ends.
She's like, see you, Novocaine.
Yep. Movie ends.
That's a nice fresh cup of movie juice.
Yeah, just for you.
Yum yum.
Yum yum in my tum tum.
I'm gonna hit with that.
Hit him with that shit that he was drinking at the beginning.
Yeah, that fucking.
Show me.
Good answer.
We like to have fun here.
So who goes first?
Who wants to? I can't remember who went first. I'm not the editor. That's a Jeff question.
Jeff.
He's asleep.
Well,
Yeah.
we
I
can't-
don't remember who went first last time.
Well, our editor, our research and development are all asleep.
Yeah. And I'm almost asleep. Been up since 3 a.m.
Anybody have an idea of what they want to rank? Because I have no clue what
I'm so torn. I mean, I'm not like super torn because like it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna like fucking.
I think if I wouldn't have saw the trailer so much, it'd be a 7. But I'm going to go with a 6, I think. Just because,
Okay.
like, I had fun, had a lot of good action, had some good comedy. But like, I've seen movies that are way better that could reach a 7, and I've seen movies that are way worse that could go lower. I'm sticking with a 6.
I think a 6 is very fair. I'm gonna go with 6.5 because
I think that's fair.
I'm not gonna be too mean about it
Right.
about the trailers. But I do agree it did show a lot. But a lot of movies do that now.
True.
You know.
I just don't see where they got the marketing budget for this. Like, I don't think it's going to make nearly what they think it will.
But it was fun. Like I would watch. I think I'd watch it again.
Yeah. It's a good concept for an action movie.
It is.
It's not just a basic, we need you out of retirement or this or that. It's like, it's a regular guy who can't feel pain. It's like, it's a little more interesting. You can do more stuff for that concept.
The fight scenes
than
are-
other basic action movies that don't.
Yeah.
The fight scenes are really good, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, like there are like problems, but I mean, fuck it. 6.5.
I originally put 6 out of 10. And I put it had some cool action and some good laughs, but the marketing for this movie was what felt inescapable.
Yeah, that's a great
But
one.
like, with like it running way too long,
That too,
I feel like
yeah.
it was just longer than what it needed to be. I don't know if I want to give it a 6. Originally, is what I gave it, but I think I might move to a 5.5 because like literally every day when I was on social media, I saw something for this fucking movie.
Right.
And even when I was watching TV with my wife, I would see something for this fucking movie.
Go see Novocaine
Like,
in theater.
I feel like this movie had a goddamn chokehold on me.
March 14th.
And then when I watched it, they didn't know how to wrap the goddamn thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
The Visit? No, not The Visit.
No.
Speak no evil.
The one with Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, The Following.
The following.
yeah.
Like that. They just didn't know how to end it.
Yeah, just like, come on.
Was that
Finn Wolfhard,
weird like dark movie? Ghost.
Kinda,
This
yeah.
is a ghost.
kinda, yeah.
So I think
I saw that.
I
Did
think
it come out like years ago? Like
2020.
Like
it was early 2020.
Yeah.
early 2020, like
It
pre.
was one of the last ones we saw before COVID.
Yeah.
Because some guy got mad at me for eating Reese's Pieces
Yeah.
when the movie theater sold them.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with 5.5 because I have a lot of beef with the
I get it.
trailers, and also they gave away 90% of this movie. In
A couple years, you think it'd go up or down, or stay the same?
I'm probably
You
gonna say
think?
that. I'm probably, this
Same?
is probably gonna be the one time I watch this movie
That's right.
because
So
it had a-
probably same, honestly. For now, anyway.
I mean,
I could maybe want to see revisit it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, like I said, like I think I'll watch it again
Yeah.
eventually. I'm not gonna like fucking watch it as soon as it drops.
Yeah.
But
I'll never say I won't watch it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably the one time, but I'm gonna leave it open. But it's
Right.
probably gonna be the one time.
Fair
I
enough.
watch
Just
this.
curious, if you
Yeah.
get some time away from the marketing, if you watch it again, if you think it would
Dude,
change.
it's gonna be fucking a decade before I watch it. with how this marketing was in my household, it's probably gonna be at least a decade before.
I get it.
before
I respect it.
we might got anything else to add?
No, I think
Or
we
is this thing-
juiced this. I think we juiced this thing pretty thoroughly.
Alrighty, well that's been another movie juice. New episodes drop every Thursday morning. You can follow us on Facebook at Movie Juice, Instagram and Twitter at Movie Juice Pod. Still got that coming soon website, www.moviejuicepod.com.
Listen to the pod.
Maybe if the rest of our team wasn't asleep, they could probably work on the website. So that's why it's still in a coming soon phase.
Must be nice to get to fucking sleep.
I know, man. If you got thoughts on the movies we've already reviewed, or if you want to recommend any other movie, or if you just want to just leave us a review, we'll read it on the pod. Email us at moviejuicepod@gmail.com, or if you have any suggestions for a logo, send that in, and if we like it, we'll use it, and we'll send you some monies. Once again, the email is moviejuicepod@gmail.com. Write in. We would love to hear from you. All links can be found on our link tree. We are on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube. You can follow the three of us all individually on Instagram and Twitter Twitter. Our handles are in the description below. We'll be back next week with the 2006 comedy movie The Benchwarmers, starring Rob Schneider, David Spade, John Heder. As always, I've been Dylan.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm James. And for one last time, this has been The Juice.
Thrills the